Freedom on the water, that's fishing with Scruggs. Welcome to Fishing with Scruggs.
So hey, what's going on? Scruggs here. Ready to go pick Earl up. We're gonna hit the Mattaponi today. We are still in a drought, but the way that the tide is coming in and going out, we're hoping that we can get on the water and get some fish. We went a few weeks ago and the tide was about the same, and it got really shallow really quick. It was really shallow when we put in, and but we made it back. It was just like really shallow coming back in. I didn't think that we were going to make it back to the... We didn't have to get out and walk any, so that's a good thing. And the tide's supposed to be the same way today, so we're going to see. But I didn't get any footage from that trip. My camera position was towards the sky. I'm not sure what happened with that. I guess I hit the camera or something, but anyway, that trip was non-productive. Earl hooked into a really nice sized bass, but never got him in the boat. He hit the lure right at the boat. It actually almost yanked the rod out of his hand because he just wasn't ready for it. But anyway, it's supposed to get up 95 degrees today. We're hitting the water pretty early, and we'll probably be out before it gets that hot. It's been getting like super hot in the evenings, so we're usually out by lunchtime. So we'll see how it goes. Stick around. Hopefully I'll get some footage on this trip. I'm trying a new camera hat clip, which I'm not a big fan of already, so we'll see how that works out. But yeah, stick around. Appreciate you watching. So hey, what's going on with Scruggs here? That video didn't happen either. The last two fishing trips, I didn't get any footage. The one before that I was talking about in the video, I guess that the camera was pointed up. I have a hat camera, and it was pointed up to the sky, so I didn't get any footage. All I got was of trees and sky. And this last trip that we went on, I always record on my phone inside the truck while I'm going down the road. And when I got to the boat ramp, I realized that I left my hat and my camera both on the kitchen table. So I didn't get any footage of fishing, which is kind of ironic because I had a really good day fishing. I usually don't catch fish, but I caught a little tiny striper, and I caught a little largemouth bass, and I caught a sunfish. And a bluegill. And the bluegill was pretty good size. I was real happy with that. Caught both of them on ultralight. But what I wanted to throw in here was all those fish were caught on hard baits that I had taken all the treble hooks off of. And I seen a guy that I watch on YouTube, Yakety Mac, and I seen where he had done this, but he doesn't throw a lot of hard baits. So he hadn't kind of given an update or anything on how they did for him, because he's more of a soft bait guy. But game changer, getting rid of the treble hooks. So much easier getting the fish off. Some people, to my understanding, complain that they miss strikes. I never missed anything. If it was a miss, it was most likely due to a smaller bluegill trying to get something that he couldn't put in his mouth anyway. But as far as me setting the hook every time I set the hook, I got the fish in. So I had pretty good luck with switching over. It's just so much easier getting the fish off the hook, less stress on the fish. You know, you're not sitting there trying to get the, you know, treble hooks just pain in the butt all the way around. You know, usually I get them attached to my clothes or something, and you know, you end up having to cut them out, and they're just, so yeah, game changer for me anyway as far as doing that. If you go to that video, I'm almost positive that I put links in the description of the hooks that I used, and I also bought a tool to do that with, to get the split rings apart. It was Amazon crap, but I didn't have any issues with hook bending or anything. The hooks are super sharp. No complaints at all with the product themselves. So yeah, if you throw hard baits that have a lot of treble hooks on them, you might want to think about switching over to single hooks. I had never heard of that until I watched Yakety Mac talk about his, and I was like, man, I'm gonna try that, because treble hooks is just a pain. We call them treble hooks where I'm from, and yeah. So anyway, the next thing is I got this from Amazon, also the store I love to hate, and I find that when I use my tackle box, and this is a tackle box that I use here. And if you want a good tackle box, I'm gonna tell you what, this thing holds a ton of stuff, and I've got another video of me packing this thing and what I keep in it. But I'm finding that I keep all my plastic baits down in the bottom here, and it's so much stuff in there that I usually don't fish those that much anymore. And I think it's because I just have so much stuff in here. It's just a pain to take it all out. So I seen this, and I don't know if this is going to be anything that's going to last long. It had some pretty decent reviews, but there again, it didn't have very many reviews. So I'm going to take my plastic baits and put in here. I'll kind of do a little unboxing. I'm doing this one-handed, so hold on. So it comes with these little like Ziploc bags, and they got these little holes in them. Comes with 15 of them. And then it comes with this bag. It's got a zipper on it. And yeah, I see one person was complaining that you can't zip it up all the way. And if you go, it leaves a hole in it here. So if you drop it in the water, it's probably going to sink. But yeah, it's kind of like I call it old school notebook, you know, from like way back in the day. Hold on. Like I said, I'm doing this one-handed. There we go. And it's got them like little old school clamps in there. Something that somebody had said was, they said to put the bags in first and then load them up. And the other thing is, they say that you can't load a lot in here because it makes it hard to zip up. It's $14. I'm gonna go through my favorite ones and stick in here, and what's left over I'll just see what but you know, they had pictures of people putting all kinds of stuff in there, hooks and hard baits and everything, you know. So I'm gonna get that done, and I'll bring y'all back and let you know my thoughts on it. So, fishing lure bag by THKFISH. For what it is, if you're somebody that carries a lot of lures, a lot of plastic this is not going to be for you. I don't use that much plastic baits, and this thing is so full. What I ended up having to do is I had to limit putting 5 in each one, except for this one. 5 baits in each container, because it just doesn't, it needs to be thicker is what it needs to be, or it needs to be bigger, like maybe a notebook size. But I don't know, a notebook size, you're getting kind of big there. But you know, 2 of these bags were deformed, and I had to, they were kind of damaged. See if I can find it here. It was pinched really bad, and it wouldn't close, and I ended up having to mess with it and play with it until it got to where it would. I don't even know which one it is now. I think it was this one. It was kind of bent in one place, but anyway, you know, that's just 5 lures in each bag. This one's got a little bit more in it, but you know, it's for what it is, for the money, I guess it's okay. I don't fish a lot of plastics, but it's nice to have them just in case. But yeah, for $13, I mean, I can't even zip it up hardly. This would be a pain for me on the boat. I'd get aggravated with it. And like I say, you can't even zip it up all the way. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I guess it's okay. Especially, I mean, for what I wanted to use it for, it gets my plastic baits out to where maybe I will fish them more than what I was, because it was a pain. Just, you know, having to dig everything out. All I got to do now is, and I can just leave this in the bottom of the boat anywhere. We don't get any water in the boat, and you know, I can just kind of flip through it. The other thing I wish is, I wish that the bags were clear, so that I could see the baits better than what you can. But yeah, for $13, I guess it's a good deal. But if you're somebody that fishes strictly plastic only, or you know, you're not going to be able to put a lot in here. But what I'm going to end up doing is the baits that are left over. I've got a bigger fishing bag. It's a Walmart huge tackle bag, and I'll end up just putting them in there, and as I use them, I'll just replace them. But for $13, actually I think it was like $14.50 with tax. Yeah, it just depends on your preference and how much you fish plastics is what I guess it comes down to. But like I say, it does not hold a lot. So take it with a grain of salt. There you go. That's what I think of it. Alrighty, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you'll have some content for y'all, waiting for the rivers just to come up. We've been in a drought for, oh my gosh, over a month maybe. And the water levels are just too low. There's a couple of new places that I want to check out. They're actually reservoirs, and you know, hopefully get out there and see what we can get. Appreciate you watching. Do that for me if you would. I'd really appreciate it. Keep on fishing, y'all. Thanks a lot.